Hello wonderful people. So this is an astrology report, a Galactic Mayan Astrology report for the 5th of June 2018. I hope that you have happily shedded a lot of old limitations in the past 13-day process. One of the most powerful 13-day processes in the entire calendar that just so happens to be behind me right now. Not done on purpose. Which is really good actually, because that's going to help me highlight something in a little while. So now we move into white mirror energy. So white mirror energy is all about the mirror of reality. And the opportunity within this energy of white mirror is to take epic responsibility. It's about really being able to look at every single nuance of our reality and recognize that it has been drawn into our personal conscious reality because of us. So whether that is something that you love or whether it's something that you despise, it's all because you've got the little magnet. And white mirror is a great opportunity to really drop deeply into what it is that we're manifesting, what it is that stimulates our manifesting. So the opportunity is to really deeply see the beliefs that are held underneath whatever it is that we're manifesting. So yeah, there's a shadow side to the white mirror energy as well, and that is obviously opposite. So it's all about projection. So you may find within this Wavespell that you get projected upon, people not being able to take responsibility for their stuff, so lots of finger pointing, lots of blaming, lots of saying you, that, victim, blame. And we may also be doing that dance, you know? But because that's the energy that we're working with, and that's what we've been taught to do. You know, when we beamed into this reality, we weren't sat down and taught and grown in the environment which stated, do you know that you're a divine being, and you are a divine being that creates absolutely everything within your reality? So your words, your thoughts, your feelings are the thing that stimulates this entire simulation. We didn't really get that little piece of information. We came in knowing it, but we then were raised in a society that really robs us from that truth, and that's why we came to build a new earth where we all know that that's the truth. So yeah, within this Wavespell there's like a really big tendency for us to, at the beginning of the Wavespell, not want to take responsibility at all, and then kind of get dragged into it, and then we're at the gateway. And the gateway is the opportunity to then say, okay, this is what I've created. What belief is underneath it? With that difficulty that I am feeling within this relationship, what is that person teaching me? Because it's always a mirror of ourselves. And the medicine within it is the more that we can drop into an unconditionally loving space. And that doesn't mean that we have no boundaries, and that doesn't mean that we have to stay in relationships or jobs or whatever that doesn't feel right for us. But it's about this energy of staying in this unconditionally loving space, because the truth is that that mirror is ours. So whatever it is that we're seeing, whatever it is that we're pushing against, is within us. So we need to really come into love and acceptance of that part of us. I personally have had a really interesting journey with white mirror, and you know, from this lifetime and many lifetimes I've had a lot of shame conditioning and that has meant that I've found it very, very difficult to take responsibility for things. And you know, for most people, this idea of taking responsibility for everything that's created within a reality is so far removed from like the way that people around you operate that it's not something that we're used to doing anyway. But as I did start to realise and drop into this awareness of, okay, so this is all a result of my beliefs. That's not to say that I'm creating it with the building blocks. The creation is there and I'm zapping it towards me. And you know, such a small amount of what we're manifesting is coming from our conscious mind. So yeah, all of these practices to like, well, I'm going to do my affirmations and I'm going to do this, that and the other. It's like, yeah, but if you've got like 80% of your subconscious going like, nope, I don't believe that, I think that's bullshit, blah 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 blah, then it doesn't matter what you're blooming saying in a phrase before you go to sleep, because every other part of me's like, no, that's not true. So within this like journey for me personally, you know, I've had this loads and loads of shame that have meant that sometimes, you know, when I've not been acting in integrity, when I've not been acting from a heart space, when I've not been in a loving relationship, you know, and not been acting from that space of loving relationship, I found it very, very hard to take responsibility for it, because to take responsibility means to really own it, and that can feel really frightening. And then all of a sudden this huge flood of shame can come that means that we then really reject ourselves. So within this energy, as with every wave spell, and it's like one of the things that I will stand on the rooftops and shout about, because it's the biggest thing that I've, you know, been learning, is about this unconditional love for the self. Because once we have that and we can cultivate that, then we can have it for other people. Until that point, it's not grounded in reality. So this energy really is a really great opportunity to take stock. You know, we went through the Red Serpent wave spell, we went through this intense Kundalini, awakening, shedding, superpower. You know, I talked about the portal days. So you see the green squares. This is the Mayan calendar. This is the Galactic Mayan calendar, the dream spell. And the green squares, I love that the door's open and it's just on the back of my door. Oh my gosh, it's like having a board. This is so great. Oh, so these squares here, you see? This is the Wavespell process that we've just been through, right? And now we're starting here. And it takes us into the middle column of this entire process. So the middle column of this entire process, of our entire process, is the heart. So this white mirror energy takes us into our heart. And this is such an amazing opportunity to be able to take stock, to really examine all areas of our lives, to go within and be like, right, okay, so how are things within my relationships? How are things within my finances? How are things within my career? How are things within my feelings towards my body, my emotions, my every element of our lives? We can really look, taking the time to stop and look and take stock, and then from there, if it's not feeling amazing, if we're not bringing in to match what it is that our heart really wants to match with, we've got the opportunity then to go deeper and deeper and deeper into what belief is there. What belief am I harbouring that's bouncing everything that I'm wanting to create away from it? And then we can use our alchemy processes to transform that. And as we transform that, then we make space for the heart to manifest what the heart wants to manifest. But if we're just trying to do it on this mind level, and we've got all of this subconscious crap going underneath, it's just not going to work. So the energy of white mirror is really this like sword of truth that comes in, and like sometimes it can come in and it can knock us off our feet, because all of a sudden we've been like, and then, but look at this, look in the mirror, and it can be like, wow, okay, you know, really, really knock us off our little pedestal. But if we can be the ones that are holding that sort of truth, and not to go and tell anybody else their truth, because we don't know their truth, only they know their truth. We're not here to consciously be like, hey, so I've noticed this, that and the other about you. Because the truth is that when we're doing that, we are actually only talking to ourselves. So when we also, within this wave spell, when we're really tuning into something that we dislike about someone, or that we think, oh, that's me. So it's really this process of like, okay, I'm going to let go of blaming, I'm going to let go of looking at this thing on the outside, and I'm going to really bring it in to me. I'm going to figure out what this is about, and I'm going to love me. I'm going to love it. I'm going to really dissolve whatever these beliefs are, because we deserve. We really, really, really innately deserve. But we've just got a lot of conditioning. And that's the whole, you know, the whole process of why we're here, is to transform that, because then that frees up the energy to then be free energy that can be a building block of something else that we want to create that's not based in wound, because there's so much energy wrapped up in this wound that's really dense. When we allow ourselves to dissolve a little bit of that, not only are we dissolving it for ourselves, we're dissolving it for the collective too. It's like, oh, 5 more building blocks have just appeared. If you've ever seen the Lego movie, or if you've not seen it, go and watch it, because like, I think it's the original one, I don't know. But they've got master builders, and they've got, I'm just not even going to get into it, just watch it because it's mint. And it really, really archetypally demonstrates this whole idea of there's that amount of energy in the universe, and we can create so much with it, but when all of that energy has kind of been harnessed for gunky beliefs, that means that, you know, even on an individual level, we don't have the energy to create what we're wanting to create. You know, we don't have the energy to allow what it is that we truly want, that matches our heart vibration, to come into our reality, because there's this other slower, gunkier, denser, challenging blah, 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 that's really zapping in all of the stuff that we don't want to create. So yes, enjoy your process going into the centre of your heart, and you'll really also have the opportunity, most probably within this wave spell, sorry, my nose is itching, within this wave spell you'll also most probably have the opportunity to really get to grips with what it is that sets your heart on fire. You know, what is it? You know, you'll probably go through, as with all of the wave spell processes, we'll go to the middle, we'll have the challenges, we'll have the ooh, and then from there we'll have the space of wow, okay, so this is what I want, this is what I want to create, and you know, this is what I'm here for. So yeah, I'm sending you loads and loads and loads of love. At the moment I am in Byron Bay, and Byron Bay is a very magical place. Well, I'm actually in a place called Bullumbimby, which is just out of Byron Bay, but it's in Byronshire, and yeah, I've been having the most incredible experiences, and I move now to enjoy the wonderful energy of this wave spell. But yeah, I've been in a very, very magical situation, in a very, very powerful space, and it's been a gift, and it's been difficult, you know, because it's been red serpent energy prior to now, and that was been hardcore, but hardcore is not necessarily bad. You can feel it, all of the coping mechanisms going like, hey! But hey means hi, you've allowed yourself to be seen, so now we can work together and do some transforming. So yes, this white mirror energy is really going to give us the opportunity to look in the mirror and see the truth. Take off your rose tinted spectacles. Take off lying to yourself. Let go of blaming other people, and really allow the mirror to open, because the truth is that when we use this energy, the mirror becomes a window if we can take responsibility. You know, when we can really step into that space of this is my creation. It's one of the most powerful understandings, revelations that we can possibly have, because it means that we are a fractal of the God Self, manifesting, creating, aligning with everything in this universe. And that's fucking amazing. So sending you loads and loads of love. I hope you have a wonderful process, and yes, to all that we are. It's a joy and an honour and a challenge and a gift to be able to be a mirror for you as you are a mirror for me. And that rhymed. Big love. Mwah.